you got to always remember that he said he'll never leave you. Because the scripture said, greater is him that is in you than him that is in the world. And it also, a passage of scripture said that we are the temple of the Father. So that letting us know without a shadow of a doubt that you're not alone. Always remember that he's there with you.
You're watching the Spotlight Network. Starring Hollywood's newsman, Logan Crawford.
They now believe a single member.
He works with TV and film legends. And now, Logan's shining the spotlight on the world's top emerging authors and creators.
International were abducted.
This is Spotlight with Logan Crawford. Streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV.
I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we're diving into a powerful book, an inspiring book. It is called 75 Messages, Daily Thoughts of Life. It is a powerful devotional guide written by the Reverend Dr. Ogden L. King II. It is filled with inspirational Bible verses and reflections on friendship, faith, and obedience. This book encourages readers to walk closely with Jesus every day. And the author draws from personal mentorship, divine prophecy, and scripture. And this book is a heartfelt journey into spiritual growth and purpose. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
It is my pleasure. Let's talk a little bit first about the inspiration behind 75 Messages. Why did you decide to write this book?
Well, I wrote it because, like the Messiah said, you know, would a man lay down his life for a friend? And he did for all of us. So the thing is about that is for us to try to make a better relationship with one another. With all the troubles and trials and tribulations that's happening in the world today, we need some guidance. And that's what inspired me about writing this book, 75 Messages, Daily Thoughts of Life.
Wonderful. Talk to us a little bit about your relationship with Apostle Dr. Elbert Bolden and how he helped shape your ministry.
Well, during the time when I first met him, I was about 15 years old. He was in the Air Force. He did 8-9 years in the Air Force, and from that day on, he became, when he got out, he became a minister. And when he prophesied to us that we was going to be working for the Father. But like I said, at that time, we was playing music, R&B music, traveling across the country and stuff. And that day came where he mentored me and told me that this is what he wanted me to do. And Father wanted me to do his work and his will. And so that way he became a mentor and a friend, a dear friend of mine, you know. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, your ministry is so important, and I think the words in this book are so important as well. 75 Messages. Talk to us about how you envision readers using these messages, either in the morning or the evening or both, as part of their daily ritual or their daily routine.
Well, I picture them doing it day and night. As the Father told Joshua, he said, let not this word depart from your mouth. He said, meditate on it day and night. So like the scripture says, he says, seek ye first the kingdom. But then how do you seek the kingdom? Through his word. His word is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding on how to live. See, that's one of the things that we backed away from. And we should try to get back to him. And how to get back to him? By studying his word.
Absolutely. What role does obedience play in our friendship with Christ as referenced in John 15:14?
Well, it's all about trying to get closer to him. He wants a personal relationship with us. So in order to get that personal relationship, we got to get deeper into the word, meditate on the word, follow his instruction. As the universal prayer said, the Our Father prayer said, thy will be done. His will be done here on what? On earth. He said, as it is in the heavens.
Yeah, absolutely. Which devotional in this book has had the deepest personal impact on you?
Well, the one that had the deepest impact on me is that a friend, being a friend, like you say, would a friend lay down his life, you know.
Yeah.
And the thing about that is to try to be a part of someone else, like direct them, let them know what they need to do in order to better their condition.
Absolutely. How does 75 Messages speak or relate to someone who's going through a season of struggle?
Well, it's, like you say, the thing about that is the 75 messages is a daily thing that it is a guideline in order to live your life on this earth while we're living. And the thing about that is to trust in him with all your heart, like the scripture said, and lean not to your own understanding. And that's where the problem comes at. We always want to lean on our own understanding, like we know it all, But the scripture said his ways are not our ways, and his thoughts are not our thoughts. So that let us know that we need to focus on what he says to do. That thy will be done, not our will be done, but let his word guide us. And if we allow the word to guide us, then we have a better life. Like all the stuff that's going on in the world today, wars and rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places, famine, all these things, the prophecy is unfolding. So it let us know the 75 messages let us know how to get our life back on track. So that way even though all these things are happening in life, we can still be protected by him. Because I love his word say, if we draw nigh to him, he's drawing nigh to us. And he said, whom he holds in his hand, no man can pluck him out. And he said, if he be for you, who can be against you? And then he said, no weapon formed against you shall prosper.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. It's very, very powerful. How can people strengthen their walk with God through daily study?
Well, the thing about that is meditating on his word. If you meditate on his word daily, it becomes your spiritual being becomes stronger, and to where you're going to try to follow his way of doing things. When you follow his way of doing things, then that way you get the pattern of life set. Because like I said, BIBLE, basic instruction before leaving earth.
Very, very true. How has your pastoral journey and your ministry evolved over the years and shaped the content of this book? Tell us a little bit about your work.
Well, the thing about that, when I was inspired to write this book, I had several trials and tribulations, journeys of life. I was in a wheelchair twice. First from pancreatitis, where I couldn't do anything from waist down, and then after that, I had an aneurysm, which is a stroke, and I stayed in the wheelchair. I had to learn how to walk, talk, and use my hands all over again. I couldn't even pick up a penny. So and during that time, I just trusted him. Because like the scripture said, he would never leave you, nor shall he ever forsake you. So in that time by me going through the hospital, being in the hospital, I stayed firm on his word, knowing that he said in the book of Numbers, chapter 23, verse 19, say he cannot lie. So it let me know if his words say that, well, then I'm going to stand on his word. So I let everybody know that the thing when you're going through something in life, remember there's light on the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
The story Job told it all. He went through all kind of trials and tribulations. He lost everything, but at the end of the tunnel, he gained a double back. So it's the same God we serving today is the same God he serves. So it let us know there's trust in him at all times.
It's hard for some people when they are faced with loss, when they are faced with despair, when they are faced with hard times, to trust in him. They sometimes feel like, God, why are you letting this happen to me? What advice or what comfort could you bring them in their troubled times when they feel like they've been abandoned by God sometimes?
Well, the thing about that, I minister to a lot of people like that. And I always tell them to keep the faith. I let them know, just trust in him. This continuous trust in him, and you're going to see light on the end of the tunnel. Because his word cannot lie. If he said he'd be there for you, like one of the things he told us, he said, when you're in need, like Jeremiah 33:3, he told us to call on him, and he will answer us and show us great and mighty things that we know not of. But the thing about that, we got to believe and trust. If you don't believe, well, ain't nothing going to happen. You got to believe that he will bring us through that situation. If he bring you to it, he's going to bring you through it. I like the story about when the Messiah talked to Peter. He told Peter, he said, I've gone and prayed for you, so that when you come out of your situation, he said, strengthen your brethren. But then how do you strengthen your brethren? By your testimony, the things that you've been in life. So that's one of the things I always try to deliver to people that's going through rough time, and they feel that the Father is not there. I'm all alone. I say, just keep the faith. I've been there and I've done that. He done it for me, and he'll do it for you. Because Malachi 3:6 say, he's the Lord thy God, and he changes not. He don't change, and his word don't change. He said, heaven and earth a pass away before one jot or one tittle of his word pass away. So let us know we got to believe, because the battle is always in the mind. See, they put a thought in our mind and we feel that we're all alone. We don't have nobody there with us, But see, you got to always remember that he said he'll never leave you. Because the scripture says, greater is him that is in you than him that is in the world. And it also, a passage of scripture says that we are the temple of the Father. So that letting us know without a shadow of a doubt that you're not alone. Always remember that he's there with you.
Yeah. I love the story about a man looking at his life, and he sees footprints of him and Jesus walking along the beach. At times, the footprints disappear, and he says, Jesus, why did you leave me during my darkest hours? Why did you let me walk alone? He said, no, son, that is when I carried you. And I always felt that is such a compelling story to depict the way that God cares for us in ways we don't understand, in ways we can't comprehend, because we often cannot comprehend his plan, right?
Right, correct. See,
Yeah.
I love that story because I've seen it when I was young coming up, where you think you're all alone. And
Yeah.
at the time, he's always with you.
Yeah.
In other words, he carries us when we think that we're alone. He carries. Yeah.
Exactly.
But our life, the scriptures say our life is already predestined. And when you come to the part that you trust in him and follow his way of doing things, not your way, but his way of doing things, then things gonna get better no matter what you're looking at. Because a lot of people they look at their circumstances, they look at their finances, and they look at their situation. But the thing about that is, don't look at those things. Look at him. Trust in him.
Yeah. And have an eternal view on life too. Everything else will change. Everything else is temporary, but the love of God is permanent. The love of God is eternal. And our lives, if we believe, are everlasting and eternal as well.
Yes, sir.
Doctor, what do you hope readers will do differently after reading your book?
Well, I would pray that they would grab a hold to it and follow his way of doing things. And remember that he will always direct your path if you trust in him. And if you follow that focus, then all the troubles and trials and tribulation that's going on today, you are protected. Why are you protected? Because you believe in him. Because he'll never let you down. He'll always be there for you. And that's my word to everybody that get the opportunity to read the book. Remember, it's just a guideline to let you know how to search for him. Because he's always there.
And in the resurrection, I am the light. He who believes in me shall never die.
Correct.
Yeah. Without a doubt. Beautiful messages in this book. Very inspiring, life-changing messages. A chance to walk closely with the Lord. And it is a wonderful book that you will absolutely cherish and want to read over and over again. The name of the book is 75 Messages, Daily Thoughts of Life. It's more than a devotional. It's a call to friendship, obedience, and deeper connection with God. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure being on your show.
Great having you on the show. I appreciate your great faith and your wisdom and your wonderful insight. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time, this time until next time, on Spotlight.